Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. I didn't flinch when the estate agent handed me the keys to the new apartment. I smiled the way I'd practiced. Grateful, a touch overwhelmed, the perfect newly single woman starting over. My husband stood beside me in the lobby, arm around my waist like a loving anchor. He kissed my temple for the photographer he'd hired just for memories. The camera clicked. Evidence of devotion. Later, those photos would show up in court exhibits labeled Happy Couple, June 2025. The building was glass and steel, 30 floors above the city noise, floor-to-ceiling windows. No blinds yet, he said we'd shop together. I liked the view. It let me watch the street below without being seen. I noticed the black SUV that parked across from the entrance every Tuesday at 3:17 p.m. Same driver, same tinted windows, same man who stepped out once, lit a cigarette, stared up at our floor, then left. I didn't mention it. I never mentioned anything anymore. He'd changed the passwords on the joint accounts 2 months earlier. Security, he explained, smiling that careful smile. He started asking where I went during the day. Casual questions wrapped in concern. He bought a new safe for the study. Biometric, expensive. I watched him program it while pretending to read on the couch. His thumb pressed twice. I memorized the rhythm. The life insurance policy arrived in the mail, double indemnity for accidental death. He left it open on the kitchen island like it was junk. I photographed every page. The beneficiary hadn't changed. Yet. He began suggesting weekend getaways, remote cabins, to reconnect. He showed me listings, no cell service, private roads, lakes deep enough to hide mistakes. I nodded, said yes, booked nothing. Instead, I downloaded trail maps, weather patterns, satellite views. I learned which cabins had security cameras, which didn't. The cleaning lady was the first real ally, Maria. She came twice a week. She saw the way he checked my phone when I showered. She saw the new deadbolt on the study door. One afternoon, while he was at the office, she slipped me a folded note inside a duster. "Be careful. He asked me questions about your routine." I burned the note in the sink, thanked her with cash and silence. I started my own routine, small, invisible acts. I changed the PIN on my secondary credit card. I opened a safe deposit box under my maiden name. I recorded conversations on a voice-activated app hidden in a book spine. I photographed the safe's keypad after he used it, smudges faint but readable. I copied the insurance documents, the cabin bookings he thought I'd forgotten about, the emails between him and a consultant who specialized in discrete resolutions. I didn't accuse. Accusations give warning. The weekend came. He packed the car himself. Cooler, blankets, a bottle of my favorite wine, spiked, I assumed, though I never drank it. I wore the soft blue dress he liked. I let him drive. We left the city behind. The road narrowed. Trees closed in. No signal bars on my phone. He relaxed, started humming. At the cabin, he poured the wine. I pretended to sip. He talked about the future, our future, how peaceful it would be, how some accidents happen so cleanly. I nodded, smiled, waited until he stepped outside to check the dock. I moved fast. I swapped our glasses, poured his portion into the sink, added water to mine to match the level. Then I waited on the porch swing, legs crossed, looking at the water. He came back flushed, proud. He drank deeply. We sat. The sun dropped. He started slurring first, confusion, then panic. His hands shook. He tried to stand, fell. I watched without moving. I didn't need to. I called emergency services from the landline inside. Calm voice. "My husband collapsed. I think it's his heart." I gave coordinates, mentioned the wine, mentioned he'd been stressed lately, mentioned the new policy. They arrived in 37 minutes, lights flashing through the pines, paramedics, sheriff, questions. I cried the right amount, showed them the emails I'd forwarded to myself weeks earlier, the consultant's messages about clean exits and insurance optimization, showed them the safe photos, the policy copy, the cabin search history on his laptop. They found traces in his blood, Sedative, enough to stop a heart under stress, enough to look self-administered if you're careless, or enough to look like murder if you're precise. He survived the night, barely. Hospital bed, tubes. When he woke, I was there, sitting quietly, phone in hand, recording. I said softly, "You planned a getaway. Romantic. Then you drank too much, panicked, tried to make it look like something else." He tried to speak. Nothing came out right. I leaned closer. "The photos are already with my lawyer. The recordings, the safe combination you never changed, Maria's statement, everything." His eyes widened. Recognition. Fear. The same look he'd given me for years when he thought I didn't notice. I stood. "You forgot the simplest rule. The perfect plan needs a willing participant. I was never willing." They arrested him 2 days later. Attempted murder, fraud, evidence overwhelming. Paperwork, again. Always paperwork. I kept the city apartment, changed the locks, installed cameras. Maria comes on Tuesdays now. We drink tea. She tells me stories from her village. I listen. At night, I stand at the window, watch the street. No black SUV anymore, just city lights, my reflection clear in the glass. I smile sometimes, small, private. He thought he'd scripted the ending. He forgot I could rewrite it. I was never the victim in his story. I was the one holding the pen.